In this video, we're going to talk about some of the different terminology involved when you are shading something like a sphere. So the first vocabulary word that you need to know is the direction of light. This is the direction and angle that light hits the object. So in this case, I put a sun to the upper left of the object, and you can see that the light is then shining down on the object. We can tell just from looking at this picture where the direction of light is because of the direction and angle of the cast shadow as well as the highlight on the sphere itself. The highlight is going to be the lightest spot on an object, and here we can see that there's this little white kind of dot on the surface of this particular sphere, which is the highlight. Reflected light is light that is bounced onto the object from other sources. So if this is a still life with many objects in it, the light is going to be bouncing off of those objects and onto this object that we're looking at. The light also shines down, hits the surface that the object is sitting on, and then bounces back up onto the object. A lot of times the reflected light can be seen towards the bottom edge of the object. In this case, we see it as a lighter area right here within the object. The shadow is going to be the area on the object that does not receive direct light. So in this case, we have a pretty large shadowed area on this sphere. We talk about halftone could also be called the middle tone. This is the value intermediate between the light and dark. So kind of along here in this area and in some of this kind of lighter area here, we also have some of our reflected light. Our core of shadow is the darkest shaded area on the object. In this case, you can see there's this kind of dark crescent shape because it's showing us that the sphere is rounded, and then this is the darkest area of the object. And lastly, we have our cast shadow. This is the shadow on the surface next to or under the object. It's usually darkest closest to the object, and then it might get lighter as it moves away. You can also see that the edge of that cast shadow becomes softer as it gets further away from the object. That's it for today. Let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to go back and rewatch or pause in different points of this video so that you can make sure you have the correct vocabulary definitions.